If your daily drive has looked a little different lately, trust me, we've noticed too. Today, we're answering one of the biggest questions we've received about the Tower Road Improvement Project and showing how it fits into Manor's bigger picture. Welcome back to Meet Manor Mondays.
Let's get into it. Before we move into today's updates, we wanted to highlight a special event that happened right here in Manor.
On July 30th, Mayor Harvey joined the Boys and Girls Club of Manor to hand out FIFA soccer balls to youth in our community.
Mayor Harvey is a member of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and with the 2026 FIFA World Cup being hosted in the United States, mayors across the country receive soccer balls to give back to the communities they serve.
This is one way Mayor Harvey is helping bring the excitement of the World Cup to Manor, while encouraging kids to get outside, stay active, and enjoy the game of soccer.
We hope everyone who attended had a great time, and it was great to see our young athletes out on the field enjoying their new soccer balls.
Speaking of our youth, the first day of school is just around the corner. Back to school is August 12th, so if you still need school supply lists, transportation information, or other important updates, be sure to visit Manor ISD's Back to School webpage before classes begin.
And while students are getting ready for a new school year, we know many families have had questions about the Tower Road Improvement Project and why construction began during such a busy time of year.
We received quite a few comments asking, why now? It's a fair question, and today we wanted to give you a better understanding of what's happening.
The Tower Road Improvement Project is doing much more than resurfacing the roadway. Crews are widening portions of the road near the apartment development, improving drainage infrastructure, installing sidewalks, and adding a protected turn lane to improve safety for everyone traveling through the area.
One of the biggest reasons for this project is drainage. As new development was added to the area, the existing drainage system was no longer large enough to handle stormwater efficiently, so the underground improvements were needed before the roadway could be completed.
We've also heard questions about the timing. Originally, this work was expected to begin sooner, but the project was delayed while contractors worked around existing underground utilities and completed additional drainage improvements that the city required as part of a nearby development. Those improvements had to happen before construction could move forward.
Another question we've received is about the temporary traffic pattern. Why is traffic flowing the way it is?
The traffic control plan was carefully designed by engineers to keep eastbound traffic moving through the construction zone during the busiest morning and evening commute times, helping reduce backups near the Tower Road and Suncrest intersection.
At the same time, crews also have to consider emergency vehicle access, construction safety, engineering standards, and maintaining access for residents and nearby businesses while the work is being completed.
We know construction can be frustrating, but every improvement being made today is designed with the future in mind.
Once this phase is complete, residents can expect improved drainage, safer traffic flow, new sidewalks, and a protected turn lane that will make traveling through the corridor safer for drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists alike.
And the work doesn't stop there. The city is also working with Travis County to explore future improvements to the current Y intersection at Suncrest and Tower Road with a long-term goal of creating a safer T intersection to improve traffic flow and reduce conflicts during peak travel times.
Projects like these take time, but they're important investments that improve safety today while preparing Manor for the continued growth we're seeing across our community.
As we look ahead to the fall, there's another important date to keep in mind on your calendar. The City of Manor's general election will be held on Tuesday, November 3rd.
Local elections play an important role in shaping our community. Decisions made at the local level impact everything from the roads and infrastructure to parks, public safety, and the services you rely on every day.
If you're interested in serving your community, applications are currently being accepted for the November 3rd, 2026 general election ballot for City Council places 2, 4, and 6.
Applications will be accepted through August 17th at 5 p.m. If you've ever thought about helping shape the future of Manor, this is your opportunity.
And whether you're running for office or casting your ballot, don't forget to make sure you're registered to vote.
You can learn more about eligibility requirements, important election dates, and application materials by visiting bit.ly/Manor elections.
And now it's time for Frontline Manor, where your questions meet answers.
One topic we've heard a lot about recently is Downtown Manor. Residents have asked why city events have moved away from downtown, what the future holds for old Downtown Manor, and why the new City Hall and Public Library are being built elsewhere.
This week, Economic Development Director Scott Jones answers those questions and shares how the Downtown Manor Master Plan will guide future investment and revitalization efforts.
Let's take a look.
You know it. Oh, Lord. You know it. So someday.
Welcome to Frontline Manor. I'm your host, Kevin Stewart, Mr. Do Right If You Did Not Know, bringing your questions straight to the source. And today we have Mr. Scott Jones. He is the Economic Development Director of Manor, Texas. And today we have a few questions for him. And our first question is, why were all city events moved away from the Downtown Manor area?
There are several reasons. First of all, with 3,000 to 4,000 visitors at some of these events, we're running out of space downtown. We decided, due to the parking situation, a lot of these downtown visitors, they were filling up the surrounding neighborhoods, having to walk blocks and blocks in whatever weather. It was becoming a frustrating situation for the attendees. Another issue was that the land around the railroad tracks downtown is not owned by the city, it's owned by Cap Metro. And so we were having to apply and obtain permission from Cap Metro to hold the events down there, and that's becoming a bottleneck. Also, with fireworks involved at a lot of these events, it's becoming a safety issue. That proximity to residential areas and such downtown, the businesses downtown, is becoming somewhat of a fire hazard downtown. So the city acquired 236 acres out on the east side of town, the former Casa property, and we determined that it had substantial parking areas. It has, it's safe to hold fireworks out there. There's a floodplain behind it, and it's just a much better place to offer these events.
Okay. Our next question is, are there any plans for old Downtown Manor? What is the plan for assigning a timeline to the goals and objectives in the Manor Downtown Master Plan adopted in November of 2024?
Absolutely, we have a lot of plans for downtown. The city conducted a downtown strategic plan in November of 2024, and we're focused on a number of downtown improvements to implement over time. The first beginning with the downtown drainage plan that's currently underway. That's going to be followed by strategic assessments of our water and wastewater, power and other critical utilities, cataloging of the key downtown properties with ownership and availability. And in 2024, the Downtown Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone number 2 was formed, and that means half of the increase in real estate tax value from 2025 forward is deposited into a city fund, and that goes toward investing in downtown improvement. So it's going to take some time to build up that investment into a sizable revenue stream in such a fund, but in 3 to 4 years, Manor should have significant funds invested to begin some notable downtown rehabilitation projects. So we're targeting things like facade improvement grants for existing historic buildings, additional city property acquisition for parking and public spaces, sidewalks where they're possible, and that's somewhat difficult sometimes because TxDOT holds the rights of way on the roadways downtown, and so it's more difficult to get sideways in some areas. But improving drainage and replacing outdated utilities. Some of these utilities date back to the 1920s and such, so we have to replace them as new development comes along so that redevelopment can occur. There are 4 new building developments and multiple renovated historic buildings already underway or completed since that strategic plan was done back in '25. Expect new things to come. I know the new the old Manor Grocery is going to be redeveloped and brought back to more of a shopping use.
Okay.
And they're working on that right now as we speak. Like I said, historic redevelopment of the existing buildings and new building development both.
Okay. And for our last question today, why was the decision made to build the new City Hall and library outside of downtown as recommended in the Manor Downtown Master Plan? When will the downtown revitalization plan begin?
Okay, that was a tougher one. We looked at a lot of different sites for the new downtown and the City Hall and the library, and we scoured the area very hard. The primary location in Old Downtown, we found to locate a building, even the fraction of the size that we wanted to build for the new City Hall and library, even without any room for parking, would have required removing several existing metal buildings, and the owner of that property wanted multiple millions of dollars for the land, and it was under an acre in size. So after researching and making offers on several other locations around the city, staff was able to find an 8.3 acre developable site out east of the city, and we were able to secure a new mixed-use developable site in the middle of the city's ETJ, which is the extraterritorial jurisdiction, which is in the middle of the new city limits, that will cost just over half of that price and accommodate a 65,000 square foot building with 300 parking spaces, an event lawn, and numerous amenities within that development once it's complete. So there's really no comparison. If you want to be good stewards of the taxpayers' money, there was no economic comparison between the two, and City Council made the decision to move east. So that new civic presence is going to be more convenient and more centrally located for a majority of the city's residents once the city is built out.
Okay, and just to be clear, no one's forgetting about old Downtown Manor.
Absolutely not. We're going to try to bring it back even far better than it is now and make it an enjoyable place to visit, an enjoyable place to be, and we're not forgetting Downtown Manor. A lot of people don't call it downtown. It's the civic center was the civic center of Manor. The old City Hall used to be in that old downtown area on Parsons Street, and we're going to not forget about it. We're going to bring it back even better than ever.
Okay. Well, thank you, sir, for coming in. And thank you for joining us. This is Frontline Manor. I'm your host, Kevin Stewart. Mr. Do-Right if you did not know. And until next time, peace.
You know it, the Lord. You know it, for Sunday.
Thank you, Mr. Jones.
That's all for this week's Meet Manor Mondays.
Whether you're getting ready for back to school, planning to vote this November, or simply trying to stay informed about what's happening around your city, thank you for taking the time to stay connected with us.
And if you know someone who's been asking questions about the Tower Road project or the future of Downtown Manor, be sure to share this episode with them.
Don't forget, Movies in the Park is this Friday at Timmerman Park featuring The Secret Life of Pets.
We can't wait to see you there.
We'll be back next Monday with more updates from the City of Manor.
Until then, thanks for watching. We'll see you next Monday.